if you are paying a bunch of money to feature with an established artist, make sure that if you're paying a lot of money, make sure that all you are getting out of this is not just purely a verse. Meaning, it's very much in your interest to offer them more money than they're asking. If they're saying, yeah, okay, I'll do this song with you for $5,000. Okay. If that's all it is going to be, they're going to put their verse on your track, and that's it. They're not going to put it on Twitter. They're not going to post about it on Instagram. It's not going to be on their Facebook. To them, it's going to be like it doesn't exist. You really have to ask yourself if that's worth $5,000, because that's 3, 5, 10 grand is like the asking price for an established artist who has some sort of fan base. And if you don't know this person personally, and most of these guys are happy to do a verse with you, but they're not going to go and talk about it during their next blog interview. The next time they're on Shade 4-5, they're not going to be talking about your shit. So what ends up happening is you end up releasing music that happens to be a feature to people who already know you anyway. And then it's just you promoting a song with a feature. Granted, the song might get more clicks purely with the name, but guess who's the one promoting it? You. And if you don't promote it, their name means nothing, because it's not going to magically appear on all of their followers' release radar. That's not how it works. So if you're paying $5,000 for a verse, offer another 1,000 to say, can you post it on Instagram 4 times? Can we do an IG live for 15 minutes the week it comes out? Can we do something? Can you post it on Twitter once? Can you do something? Because if not, I almost guarantee it is not worth it.
And one more thing. Always make sure that if the artist you're paying for a feature is signed to a label, that you have clearance to release that song. Because that artist can sell you that verse, but that artist is under contract that his verses are owned by the label. And if the label doesn't clear it, you're not going to be allowed to post it. And if you post it, the label is going to come after you. So just get the clearance before you ever send money. Just get it included. Get a contract, really. Get a contract with the clearance. Get a contract with certain marketing steps. Get a contract when you do this.
Yeah. Yeah, have it laid out, especially if you don't have a personal relationship with this person, because you're likely speaking to their manager or their friend, or oh yeah, just send me $3,000 on PayPal and we'll send you the verse, next week. Just be careful. And if it sounds too good to be true, it is. It's one thing if you have a $30,000 total budget to market the hell out of your album and you're going to spend $5,000 or $6,000 on a feature and they're going to help you market it. That's one thing. But if you have $7,000 to market your whole album and $5,000 of it are going to a feature who's not going to help you, your money is better spent elsewhere. And the thing is if you spend that money on yourself and investing a few tunes that are already doing well, or you might already have on Spotify, if you build up a platform of your own, people who are in your platform or a little bit above you perhaps now see value. It's the same kind of thing that we were talking about earlier with leverage. If I am an artist and I have a big following in Philadelphia and I find another artist who has a similar following in New York City, well, instead of paying him $2,500 to do a feature, I can say, look, you've got 20,000 fans in New York. I've got 20,000 in Philadelphia. Let's do a song together. And we each benefit. But if I have 1,100 monthly listeners and I go to the guy who's got 40,000 monthly listeners in New York City and I say, hey man, can we team up? He's going to be like, I guess, yeah, your music sounds good, but I'm not getting anything out of this, so I want money, which is fair. If I have if some account comes to us and says, will you post my shit? I have 117 followers. I'm going to be like, sorry, man, what do I get out of it? Because if I start doing it for one person, everyone's going to come up here and want something for free.
I think a feature may be the only time I ever say it might be smart to give away a split instead of money up front. The reasoning behind this is if your feature artist is willing to take 20%, that means they believe in the song and they're going to do something to make sure they get their money. And they're going to help you promote it. If they just want their $500 or $5,000 and they're going to disappear, they don't take you seriously, and they don't think they can make their money back by just the promotion. So that's something to keep in mind, is if you're negotiating with a feature artist, try to get, maybe don't try to get a split, but see if they'd be open to it. If they're open to a split, it kind of gives you an idea if they think you're serious or not, and if they think you'll make money from the song.